Hi everyone, team members, followers, subscribers, anyone who's popped along. As with most of these tutorials, they are aimed at the Hereford Etsy team, but all are welcome to join in, and you never know, you might learn something. What I'm going to talk about is how SEO works, so search engine optimization. Search engines like Google, Yahoo, etc., they use sophisticated computer programs to sort through a massive number of web pages, as you can imagine. Now, most search engines basically work in the same way. When a person wants to find something, they type in a word or phrase, and that's called a search query. Then the search engine compares that query to its catalogue of web pages, pulling out the best matches to show the searcher, and these are displayed on the search results page. So for example, if I was searching for a blue wedding hat, I would type that into the search bar and it would pull up everything it could find that would match that. Now, the results page may include links to websites, so it may include links to Etsy or to Facebook or to your own website, but you might also see local business listings. So, for example, if you already have a Google My Business page, it will bring that up. It might bring items up for sale, advertisements, maps, videos, lots more. So it's all the time, it's looking for things that match that search query. Now, the search engines perform three tasks. First, they examine all the content on the web that they can learn about and they've permission to see, and that's called crawling. And secondly, they categorize it, and that's called indexing. And what you want is to come up high in the indexing stakes. And thirdly, they decide which content is the most useful to the searchers, and that's ranking. So you want to rank really high because you want to be one of the first things that come up when they're looking for something. Crawling is performed by bots, and bots never stop. Their sole purpose is to visit and revisit pages, looking for new links, new content to include in the index. Now, this is where some people fall down. They think they've put something on the web and they can just leave it there and forget about it. But if you go back, revisit pages, tweak things, tweak your tags, tweak your images, tweak your links, etc., the bot will then look again because it will see its new content. So you can't just leave things static. Indexing is the gigantic list of all the web pages and their content found by the bots. And the search engine uses this index as the source of information displayed. But not everything the bots find makes it into a search engine's index. And this is why. For an example, imagine you're searching for a coffee maker. And you might notice that the Coffee King 2000 has the same word-for-word description on the websites of many major retailers. And that description may have been provided by the manufacturer of that coffee maker. But now the search engine has decisions to make. Which version to keep? There's no need for hundreds of duplicates, so it's unlikely that every page will be added. So you need to put your own description. So if you own a website that's selling coffee makers, you're likely better off writing your very own description of the Coffee King. And that way you're more likely to be indexed. Ranking. Search engines have their own formula for ranking, so lots of variables can determine where you rank, including things like the words on the page, the number of other websites linking to it, and the freshness of the content. Again, keep things fresh. And for example, do your images have a descriptive name and not just a random number? Now I'm going to go further and show you this. So we're going to go into Google. Now when I type in something, say I type in blue wedding hat, and it brings all these up, and it brings up all these images. Okay. Now they've come up because a lot of them are called a blue hat. They've got blue hat on the image or in their title. Now, don't just upload your images with a random name that's come up on your camera, like 11006 JPEG. Give it the name that it actually needs to have. So I've gone into Google and I've typed pale blue fascinator, and if I go to all, as we said before, it'll bring up all sorts of things. Google ads, these are all Google ads, and Etsy is promoting stuff like mad at the moment. And if I go to images, I should be able to find all the hats that have been labelled pale blue. So there's one of mine, there's one of mine. You need to be able to come up on the first page, really. It's a bit like anything else. If there's too much choice, people will skip past you and won't bother. So again, make sure you label your photographs and not just with numbers, because you want to try and have your keywords in absolutely everything you do online. Right, so we were saying you must have a descriptive name and not just a random number. Now, we want organic ranking. Now, organic means those that were found unpaid for, not paid for ads. They were free. People found you because of your own hard work in promoting your product or your website. Paid for advertising is called something else. It's called SEM as opposed to SEO, and that is search engine marketing. So to increase your organic results, all of these are very important. Your image file names, your page titles, and your keywords in the content. To rank high in searches, whether on Etsy, Facebook, or your own website, you have to make your business and products appear in a higher ranking than your competitors. And you do that with keywords. Now, keywords and tags are your titles, your content, your images. They're how you get found, and it's best to do your research first. Discover what words or phrases people are already looking for when they're searching for products and services related to your business. I say this time and time again, look at your competitors online, those who are doing well. What are they using as their tags, as their pictures, as their phrases? Change keywords as often as you think you should. The search engine is constantly looking for new keywords and buzzwords. So don't feel that once you've made changes, you should stick with them. Only a small number of keywords have a very high, Only a small number of keywords have a very high search term, but there's a large number that have a low search volume. So, now I'm going to talk about long tail keywords. It's very easy to just put single words in your tags. They aren't as effective as long tail keywords. So while the keyword strawberries might have a lot of competition, a term like get organic strawberries delivered in Cornwall would be an example of a long tail keyword that would give you more immediate SEO results. So if you had organic strawberries, you're going to come higher. If you've got organic strawberries Cornwall and people are looking for them local to them, you're going to come even higher. So if I just type strawberries into Google, this is the amount of results, 517 million. But if I type in organic strawberries Cornwall, I only get 1,750,000. Well, that still sounds a lot, but it's a lot better than millions. The keywords you select should closely match what you actually offer. So if someone comes to your website looking for strawberries, but you only sell raspberries, they're just going to leave. They're going to be hacked off. So don't put things on that you don't actually sell. Do's and don'ts. Don't add the same word multiple times or variations of the word. This is what's called keyword stuffing, and search engines don't like it. This will rank you lower. Think frequency, competition, and relevance. And do think about terms used in other countries, particularly if you sell worldwide. We call them trousers, but in the USA they're called pants. We call it a bag. In the USA it's called purse. So again, there's lots of ways of bringing up different tags, even if you're thinking you're running out of ideas. So to give an indication of what I mean when you're setting up a listing, I'm going to go into my shop and set up a listing that has nothing to do with my shop, and it will just be in drafts, but you'll get the idea. You'll know what I'm talking about here. Right, okay, so I'm going to add a listing. Now, first of all, you've got 10 slots for photographs, and your photos should be as good as you can make them. Now, I'm just going to put photographs on of this teddy bear, but at the moment, he's just called 202000517 blah de blah. So I'm going to change that. Oh, but no, I don't want to click him open. I want to rename that. So I'm going to call him Teddy Bear. And the other ones I'm going to call Plush Toy Bear. And this one I'm going to call, I'm not really used to teddy bears, Beige Mohair. He's probably not, but whatever he was, you would do it. So you do that, you name your photographs, okay? I'm going to add these photographs to my listing. So let's do that now. Oh, let's find where they were, my bears. Let's find my bears. So, Mr. Teddy Bear. What you need to do is you need to try and show as much as you can of the bear in the photograph. Now, if you look here at the adjust thumbnail, you can see I can't see enough of him. So try swapping the photographs around. That's better. I can see more of him, and I can adjust the photo. So I can move it down a little bit, and he's central. So you can move the photos about if you want to. What I've tried to do with the photograph next to him, which we'll see in a minute, is I've tried to show scale. So I've showed, there's a pen pot beside him and he's holding a flower. And you should have shots of the back, of the front. I mean, if this was a vintage bear, you need to show any flaws or anything like that. And of course, you will be talking about the description in the title and the tags, etc. But if you can show scale, it helps. Right, so title. Now, the very first 5 words of your title are the most important. And what is he? He is a teddy bear toy. And then I put a comma, and then I put a bit more detail. So I think he's about 15 inches high. I haven't even looked. Mohair body, jointed arms and legs. He's got a little bow tie. UK seller. Made in U. If I was making him, I would. If I'd made him, I'd put made in UK. That's one of the most searched for terms. Now look how many letters. I can still put loads more in. So think, if you were going to search for this bear, what would you search for? Is it a child's toy, or is it not for children? Is it for children, child, etc.? You fill up with as much as you can here, and then when you're finished, copy it. Now, who made it? I'm going to pretend it was me. It's not, but I'm going to pretend. So I did. What is it? It's a finished product. And then I've got to look for it. So let's try toy bear. Let's see what that comes out. Oh, look, there's even a section for bears. Primary colour. Oh, he's sort of beige. Right, so I want to put my description in. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to paste what I put in my title so that I can use that as part of my description. Teddy bear toy. What have I got there? Ideal children's gift made by me in mohair. If it's special stuffing, anything like that, you would put it. So I'll put if he's washable, non-allergenic stuffing and outer. So you would put in as much as you could. Then you'd put in the rest. He's got jointed arms and legs. He's 15 inches high. 15 inches, inches high, etc. So you would fill it out like that. I haven't got sections, so I'll just put him in accessories for now. When I do the tags, I've still got on my copyboard what I picked up from the title. So I'm going to use those as my tags. Children, child's toy, UK seller, bow tie, teddy bear toy. So I'm going to miss out the and, see if I can get jointed arms and legs in. It might be too long. Nope. Mohair body, 15 inches high. So you can see here that these are what are called long tail keywords. So they're long tail keywords, those ones there. And there are single words in there as well, but I need to put another 5 in. So if I knew anything about teddy bears, I would be thinking of some more. And I'm sure you all can be thinking of more while I'm talking to you. Then, of course, your materials. I'm not going to fill this out. Then, of course, your price, £50. There's only one, and he's going to go everywhere free because I'm never actually going to list him. So, free delivery, and I'm not going to send him abroad. Okay, so we'll preview him now. If you ever do get that up, sometimes if you just save as draft, for some reason it accepts it and you can go back and look at it again. Right, let's refresh the page. Where's my bear? Here he is. So he's not looking too good, is he? Let's have a look. So we're going to preview it. So the images is good. People can see him very well. I've got plenty of info in the title. I've got it in the body of the description. And I've got it, if you look all the way down, it will show you the tags, but it will only do that when it's live. So I can't do that now. So I'm going to leave that in there. So that's a quick sort of rundown. So going back to titles again, if you were a potato seller, a good title to be found in search would be Buy Organic Potatoes from a Family Farm. It wouldn't be potatoes, organic potatoes. That's keyword stuffing. Mari Piper potatoes. Who looks for a specific potato? Not me. And this is another thing. Do not give your products names. If I'd called my bear Boris, for example, no one knows I've called it Boris. They're not going to look for Boris the bear, are they, in search engine? So bear that in mind. Try and make the first 5 words of your title relevant. So my original title on one of my hats from years ago was Pretty Hat for Ladies, Wool Fabric Handmade. But this would be better. Blue pull-on hat for winter, large size, 22 inches, 57 centimetres, made in UK. Because someone might be looking for a hat for winter. They might be looking for a large size. They might be looking for 22 inches. They might put any of those terms in on the search. So you've got to put in as many as you can think of. Try to put commas or a little dash between your descriptive words so that they'll be picked up. So do leave a space because no one searches for that. And if you don't leave a space and they're all joined together, the search engine won't find them. But if I now search for winter hat in blue large, it should pick up on my keywords. The first line of your description should be pretty much the same as your title, just better written. Keep your... Oh, things are all happening. I'm going to go away. Keep your descriptions relevant and brief, because you can see a long description on a PC, but not necessarily on a mobile device. And when it says click here to read more, not everybody always does. So keep the relevant information near the beginning. Don't go overboard and repeat phrases over and over. Try to keep any info about your shipping in the policies section. And if you want to talk about the alpacas you got the wool from, you put that in your about section, not in your description, because that is not how people shop. They want to know what it is, where it is, how much it is, how big it is, etc. They don't want to know how you made it or where you got your inspiration from. So we've always been limited on Etsy to the 20 character limit on tags, and the best way to tackle this is to keep the tags close together to be picked up in search. So, for example, large size and then the size. So use all 13 tags. Now, if you're tagging on Instagram, slightly differently, because you're using the hashtag symbol. And that's how people find you. And when you search for things on Instagram, you look in the search bar and you can look under hashtags or people or etc, etc. So people might search for local. So tag your stuff if you're local. Put hashtag Hereford, hashtag Hereford Etsy team, Herefordshire, local business, small business, etc. They might be searching for jewellery. So some of these tags might be appropriate. Silver jewellery, costume jewellery, vintage jewellery, statement jewellery, flower necklace, gemstone bracelets. Anyhow, you get the idea. You should also be searching because you need to gauge your competition and you need to know who you're marketing to, because a lot of the time it's nice to follow other jewellery makers, for example, and them to follow you, but they're not going to be buying from you. They're not your buyers. So look for people who wear a lot of jewellery, who are influencers in fashion and things like that, and follow those people. So if you're going to do your hashtags on Instagram, try and keep them in your main body of your text, because for us as a team, when we regrain your post, we can't pick it up if you've put your keywords in a comment. So in summary, ask your friends and family to look at your items. Ask them what they would search for if they were looking for it online, because that way you'll get an idea for tags and keywords. Fill out all your tags using long tail ones where possible. Name your images. Fill out your titles and your descriptions, and refresh your listings often, at least once a month. And look at your competition. I hope you've enjoyed watching, and I hope this has been helpful to you, and I look forward to talking to you again about another subject. Cheers for now. Bye.